Ready? Go.
Yeah. I'm Dan Johnson-Weinberger, Johnson-Weinberger. I run a lobbying firm called Progressive Public Affairs, and I'm the chief lobbyist for the Midwest High-Speed Rail Association. We're at our annual meeting here in Chicago at the Hotel Allegro, just finished up. Heard from state legislators and aldermen and experts, and I spoke about advocacy. And one of the most important things is the reason why high-speed rail has been successful. One of the reasons has been a whole bunch of people and organizations, individuals, have taken it upon themselves to talk to the people in power and say, we want to spend our money on rail. So there's been an ask, and the ask has been, don't just buy roads, don't just buy missiles, don't just buy teachers, don't just buy bailouts, go buy trains, go buy high-speed rail. We want it, spend the money on it. And a lot of times people can feel that, well, I'm just one person, nobody listens to me, the government doesn't care about little old me, and who am I, I've got no clout. But they're missing the point, because one person really does make a difference in changing what the political will is. Anybody can get to their alderman. And in small towns, you can get to your mayor. Usually their names are listed in the phone book. You can call them up, you go to the city council, you can meet them all. Those people will listen to you. Probably can't get your phone call returned from Barack Obama or from Joe Biden or from your U.S. senators, but you can definitely get your phone call returned from your mayor, your alderman, especially if you're in a smaller town. Well, why should you do that? Because if you convince them on the merits that your town needs train service, you want the feds to start investing in trains, well, those mayors can then take it upon themselves, if you ask them to put in the call to their state legislator, their state senator, maybe their governor, maybe their U.S. senator. And we may not get a call back from the governor, we may not get our letter returned from the U.S. senator, but mayors will. Why? Because from the senator's perspective or the governor's perspective, mayors have their fingers on the pulse. They get elected, so they know what people in their communities are thinking and feeling and what they want out of their government. And if in their opinion, what we want to do is start putting more money into rail, well, that's important political intelligence for senators and governors to do their job. And what their job is do what the people want. It's not as easy to figure out what the people want as it may look. So the only way they're going to be able to do their job and know what the people want is if we tell them. And one of the best ways we can tell them is to get to the people who can get to them. So your aldermen, your mayors, if you can get to your state rep, your state senator, most of those guys are very accessible. If you show up in your state capital, odds are your state legislators are going to find the time to talk to you. Why? Because most people in politics are nice. It's a people business. It's their job to be nice to you and to listen to what you have to say. So a lot of times people are unduly intimidated by the prospect of talking to a politician. A politician's job is to make you feel comfortable, make you feel at ease. That's what they do. I'll give you a quick anecdote. One time I was in LAX and I ran into Dick Gephardt after he just run for president. And I consider myself a bit of a pro, but I choked. I didn't expect to see him, so I choked. And I said, and I was mumbling incoherently. And it was his job to set me at ease. I said, oh, nice to meet you. Where are you from? And he put me at ease. And then I, scolded myself and went, what about high-speed rail? And jumped right into it. But the point is, approaching politicians and saying who you are and where you're from so they know if they represent you or not, it's their job and they're good at making you feel at ease and hearing out what you have to say. And all you have to say is, on the federal side, we want to spend $4 billion on high-speed rail next year. Well, great. And you know what? I'd like you, if you would, send that message along to Senator, whoever your senator is, or your governor, or President Obama, because they'll get listened to more than we will. Now, to get to your mayor, your state rep, maybe you come with your friend, your neighbor, your wife, whoever, because there's strength in numbers. But don't underestimate the ability of you, one person, to shift the thinking of a mayor, an alderman, or a state legislator, who can then in turn shift the thinking of a U.S. senator or governor or even the President of the United States. That's really how it works.